Hello, and there we go. There's the better mic. Hello, and welcome everybody to the Wonderful Day at the Agency. I'm your magnanimous host, Agent Q. And today, more Final Fantasy 12 in this fucking dungeon. Oh my god. Who came up with it, fact? Who came up with the worst status ailment in Final Fantasy? No, it's too big. I can't say history, but one of the worst. One of the goddamn worst. I got a message. Hold on. Okay, what was I did a little bit of grinding off stream. Just this dungeon's unplayable though. It's all right, let's let Fran get all the all right, we got Lure back up. And I'm assuming we're going this way. Okay, I was footling around down here before, so I believe this should be it. All right, we'll just clear off some trash. Marlboro. Fuck. Ooh. Really, really do not want them casting more. Oh, went too high. There we go. Slow it down a bit. Touch the device. Ooh, this is neat. Keep it slow for a minute. It's Scorpio. Ah. Ooh. Was that save point only the midpoint in the dungeon? The voices, words. My master chosen. And all right, the heck are these? Mom bomb. Oh, let's see here. Vaughn, you got the sword. Is this going to be you? Ash? All right, Vaughn, if we give you the Dawn Stone. Or Dawn Shard. The weird Dawn name thing. I didn't want to do it so early. Where are we currently even? Because the Great Crystal starts Scorpio. Okay, I'm going to have to look this up because all the answers to all these dungeons have been so obtuse. I'm not bothering to fiddle with this because well, I guess there might not be Marlboros in here. Okay, actually, this looks like it's gonna be Marlboro. You know, inability to access mini map to track your way through the dungeon. The best way to keep track of it. Downward, okay. Stone is okay. So that just doesn't actually look like a dungeon that has anything obscure with it. Is there another path? Okay, so it looks like we needed to go down before we went up. So does that thing seriously just do stone on me? Slot, golden needle. This whole dungeon can go screw itself. Echo herb. White magic in shoe. There we go. And you know what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? Ask anytime. Okay, that one actually had me worried. So, oh, those are offensive magics. We're not going to use those. Golden needle. Okay, you know what? Why is the Z? Okay, whatever. No, I didn't get with poison. I got with. Actually, it was blind. Why don't we switch that up? Actually, why am I using an item? He can literally just cast and chew. Yeah, why don't we make these? I'm going to do this because I'm getting sick of getting hit with these stats effects. So sick. All right, there we go. Ow. A cloud staff. Okay, yep, alright, one way. Sorry for putzing around there a little bit, but... Can I get it without setting off the trap? Nope. Wait. Thief's Cape. What's a Thief's Cape? Why is that immunity to oil? Oh, Thief's Cap. Actually, damn, that's good. Light armor 9. Boss, you have the tree to get to that? Alright, you have a light tree. I know you do. Damn, and a good chunk of HP. Damn. That's a good piece of gear. I think get that for Fran. Reaper, weak to holy. Actually, you know white magic. Don't you know any, like... Nope, we don't know holy. Gotcha. Touch the device. No, we want to go down. Oh, it's also down. No, Fran, Echo Herb on... Golden Needle on Bosk. Hey, he's asleep! Did he get hit with every freaking... Yes. Yes, he has.
You losing?
I am not losing. I am in the most irritating dungeon ever, I think.
So you're losing. Got it.
I mean, I have not died. I just have to burn unheard of a number of items to get rid of all these status effects. I am in
That sounds like losing.
it's the arbitrary... This is the area of the game that gives you all the status effects.
I hate those areas.
Everybody hates those areas. But, what was it? The creator of Dark Souls said that he just couldn't help himself.
You talking about Blighttown?
No, it was like one of the FromSoft's like top devs, like in an interview, was like, "Why do you put poison swamps and everything?" And his response was, "I just can't help myself. I love them."
Should be more like, I just hate all of you.
Oh, that's what it feels like sometimes. Oh, but no, Final 12's being Final Fantasy 12 still.
That sounds so exciting.
And yeah, one thing I can really appreciate about this is I can see the evolution that got us to like 7 Remake from this game.
Maybe.
Oh no,
That was a huge leap.
Well, it's technically like this combat system and that combat system only change 2 things in the core mechanics.
What are you talking about? You can actually do stuff in Remake.
Yeah, it's the auto attack, the basic attacks get switched from auto attacks to you have to press them to do them, and the abilities go from you choose the ability and then charge it up to you build a charge and then use an ability. Those are the 2 changes from this game.
Yeah, well, they're important changes because the combat in this game is
not gonna
so
argue.
dull.
I will not argue that point. It's like those are like so drastic that it's like, oh my god, why is there 3 of these things now? It's like it's so drastic just from like those 2 changes. Like those 2 things change like the entire like how it plays completely. But like those are the 2 core mechanics that are changed from like 7 Remake.
It's so drastic, it's hard to really tell.
Oh, it's... Oh my god, I'm getting so much good gear for characters I don't use! It's like massive upgrade. Like I said, it's when you come down to like you think of how it works, how it flows, all that stuff. It's those 2 things are the big change.
I guess.
Yeah, it's hard to agree with it when you like look at this one in comparative to like 7 remake, isn't it?
It just feels so slow by comparison.
Oh,
It's
I would
like
like
considerably less interactive.
yeah, that's kind of the problem is petrify. Yeah. All right. Actually, I want to ask you a question. How? Sorry, this was a really good item. I think might solve a lot of my problems. How many Final Fantasy games have you played? Would you say like a good number?
Are we talking just mainline or?
Just in general, because I'm kind of fishing for like an answer on like the worst status effect in Final Fantasy games.
I mean, I've played the majority of them. Played 1 and 2 on Dawn of Souls, including the expanded campaign of 2 on Dawn of Souls, 3 on DS, 4 advanced, 5 advanced, and on
Okay.
PS1, 6 advanced, original 7, remake and rebirth, and Crisis Core on PSP. 8, 10, 10 to
Okay, so a good chunk. Good. I would agree with that. Um, so there is a set. Most Final Fantasies have like just blast status effects, right?
yeah,
They either really suck or you don't care about them at all.
pretty much.
There is a status effect in this game called infected. It makes
I
it
don't remember
so
that at all.
I don't remember it from any other game. Like this is the first one I've seen. I remember it in. What it does is it makes it so you don't take health damage. You take max health damage now.
Oh, like how it is in Dark Souls.
No, so you know how like you have what your maximum health is, and then like what it can be knocked down to, and you can regenerate from that, like heal from it.
Yeah, there's a status like that in Dark Souls called
Oh,
Cursed.
yeah, no, it's that.
I feel like I remember that now that you mention it. I
Uh, the
don't
Marlboros
think this is...
here have it, and gets hit with your breath attack. So you get turned to stone, disabled, immobilized, silenced, and infected from that attack.
I feel like that's in another Final Fantasy as well. I don't feel like this was the first game I saw that in. And I played this back when it came out. Or the original version at least.
I could believe that. Like,
I'm trying to think of what other than Dark Souls. I'm trying to think of what other game had that mechanic though. Hmm. Hmm. I don't really remember honestly. I know it's an annoying mechanic. It's
yep.
one of those dangerous ones I've seen in a game.
Oh, you know what else is crazy? Okay, so you know like how you have like Inshuna as a spell and like remedies that cure all status effects, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those don't remove it.
That's not surprising, actually. What do you have to do to remove it?
Get to a rest spot.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like they gotta have some kind of challenge.
I mean, I can kind of understand that, but it's like that effect has not shown up in any point in this game before. It's caught me completely off guard.
I mean, it's probably part of the reason. I mean, it's like, so I'm playing through Pokemon Sword because I never played it before, and like they always do a lot of new stuff to help, like uh, to make the game less tedious than it was with the oldest generations. Like if you play the old ones and go back, it's like, oh, okay, like you see some of this, but some of the things that they've done on there have made the game overly easy.
Yeah, no, Sword and Shield definitely gave me ooh. Do I trade 9 strength for 4 speed and 4 defense?
I know, is it a power character or is it a non-power character?
It's a support character.
Well, does speed really do anything for support characters?
Lets them use their abilities quicker.
Yeah, then probably speed is better. You
Yeah.
don't expect them to be attacking a lot.
Well, they're the kind of support everything. I think speed is worth it. It also gives them a bunch more health, I just realized, too. So that's kind of was the clincher there.
I just remember in this game getting really frustrated with it because playing it, and I was trying to control the attacks and make it attack and be like, "Argh."
Oh, yeah, you have to play this game passively.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's like I remember trying to dodge attacks at the very least by moving around a lot, and sometimes I'd hit you anyway. It's like, what's the point of being able to move?
Oh, yay, Doom. Can Enshu get rid of that? Nope.
It's one of those things where it does feel like it kind of. I understand it, but like, it didn't feel like there's any reason to be able to move if you can't actually dodge.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's the reasonable movement. It felt like they were kind of taking a point from like how MMOs and other games do it, but didn't quite understand why you do it.
It's possible.
Like I said, it's like that's the reason I kind of want to give this game so much lenience, is because it led into so many good concepts later on.
Eh. I mean, I remember enjoying this game enough, especially like I enjoyed the late game stuff in the hunts.
Yeah, it's the early game that's oof.
But I don't remember the story at all. It had no impact. And I think that's kind of a shame.
Yeah, that's the kind of the. Well, let me ask you this: how early did you play? Like, how young were you when you played this game?
Like 20.
Oh,
Yeah, because I remember it came out when I was in college. Yeah, I do not remember a giant yellow chasm.
wait, he can cast and shoot. No, he can't because he's silenced. No, I just have him hit. Yeah, just attack that one. Come on. Good thing I stocked up on Echo Herbs. I'll say that much at least.
Is that what they're called? For whatever reason, my mind always thought they were called eco herbs.
No, it's Echo because it removes silence, so you can talk again.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. I just never thought about it.
Yeah, it's one of those little things you always kind of just leave it in your brain, and then it's like, oh yeah, I guess that kind of would be like that, wouldn't it?
Well, I also had a lot of problem where my one friend would tell me the pronunciation of things when I was really little, and he was wrong. But it's
the friend who had the uncle that worked at Nintendo.
no, he never did anything like that. He had the games before me, and he would just say, and he would be like reading it, and I just didn't question it.
Oh, so that's what that means.
It's like I had a friend. He called Sephiroth Sortheus, and I never questioned the how to pronounce the character's name until much later. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We were really young.
Yeah. Okay, that's the one thing I'm kind of getting from this, though. It's if I defeat these enemies right away, they don't get to hit me with all of the kablamo status effects. But gotta defeat them right away.
I mean, don't you always try to do that regardless?
Well, it goes from the difference between like, oh, like there's 3 of them there. I guess I can just walk into them and get it done. Where it's like, nope, no, I gotta pick them off one by one from a distance. It's like,
Mm.
Ooh, guts. Why? Boss has just turned into. I've just made him a paladin pretty much at this point. He's in the knight and the white mage tree.
Yeah, well, I heard this version lets you like is better with specializing.
Yeah, it doesn't just give you the whole board.
Like, I'm always kind of indifferent on that because it's like Final Fantasy 7 lets you would let you have like more or less like there was specialization, but it wasn't like you had like you could choose whatever uh materia to give people, and same with like number 6, you could give everyone the junctions and stuff like that. So you could specialize and kind of pick the characters you like better. Where when you have to have a specialization, sometimes you get stuck with characters you might not want to use. So I'm always kind of, I'm always a little torn on that.
All right, bombs. All right, what the hell am I doing here? All right, I've gone up and down this dungeon twice. No, there's an enemy here. I can see him, but I can't fight him. That's interesting. I'll drop my controller. Okay.
How many hours have you put into this game?
I am just rounding 30, I believe, or 20, or you're getting, or just about around 30.
So you should be close then to the beating it. Feel like you're
Yeah,
close?
yeah. No, it's the other thing. If you play enough of these games, you'll notice almost all Final Fantasies, you beat them around level 50.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
So, all right.
I still could technically go level up in a rebirth. I could like those special bosses at the end that I could never beat, or that I was struggling to beat. I could technically just go back and level up because I have about like 30 more levels I can gain based on how much you can max out if I really wanted to be like, all right, these guys need to go.
Yeah, that's what you're meant to do sometimes too.
I mean, it's one of those things where I don't mind it, but I wish the whole game like led you on that quest from the very beginning. So it's like, and I was able to do every single part of the quest without any real issue the whole game, and then all of a sudden at the end it just difficulty spikes. Like, oh yeah, this was technically like a post game quest, and it's like, then why was it there at the start and had one in every single chapter?
I can kind of see what they're doing with that. They're trying to show you like this is like the ultra after game kind of stuff.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have guessed. Honestly, I wouldn't have guessed that it was a post game thing, and if it wasn't that busted at the end.
I mean, which you really don't get to it until after you beat the game, right?
No, you get it before it.
Like right before it or like right after?
Right before you go. Like, there's a point when the game goes, you won't be able to go back until after you've beaten the game, and it unlocks just before that.
See, I could accept that because that's kind of yeah. To me, that screams this is going to be a post game kind of quest that pop up like right around there.
See, normally I would agree, but in this particular situation, like, it was one of the first quests in the game, and every chapter has had one of those quests. And then that chapter had that quest as well, and then it had a second part of that quest. They were like, all right, we'll have. He goes, oh, I need to get this ready. So I was like, it felt more like they were padding the quest out than it was they were saving it, because that second to last part also had a boss, and it just felt like, oh yeah, because they built up who the boss was, and you actually get to fight him in a weakened state prior to that, so it felt like, oh, okay, like you're just gonna get to fight his super form now, and then they make you do like fight against all like 2-on-1s against all the summons in their super forms, and it's like, what the crap? Where did that come from?
Oh yeah, I think you've told me about this one a couple of times.
Yeah. It was just disappointing. I'm perfectly fine with secret boss fights after that to go back to, but like that one that was building this whole time, that shouldn't have been a secret one. That should have been something that opened up. Also, they are going hard with the whole Kingdom Hearts level difficulty with the secret bosses.
Okay, let me ask you this: Kingdom Hearts
3.
Well, I was gonna say like Kingdom Hearts normal or Kingdom Hearts critical.
So I'm not really sure because.
Okay, let me rephrase that. On normal mode, as long as you know the deep mechanics of the game and how to master it, you can beat them fairly easily. Critical and hard mode bosses, like 3/4 of them you have to just cheese. Like there is a single way to beat them, and you know it or you don't.
It's hard to say for me because like I beat all the secret bosses in Kingdom Hearts 1 back when it was new, or back on the PS2, and I played through again on hard and beat them all. And then same with 2, and I played 2 on hard, and then when the HD versions came out, I played through 2 again on critical difficulty, and I didn't know the trick to beat Terra, and I can only get them half health, and I was maxed out at level 100. I was also struggling with some of the other organization members as well. And then I don't think I think I played 3 on normal, but even on normal, a lot of the secret bosses were just curb stomping me into the ground.
Oh yeah, you have to know deeply like how the game mechanics work, or it will just kick your teeth in.
Yeah, notice that.
And the thing is with the Kingdom Hearts stuff too, it's like you could beat the game on normal. You could beat the games no problem and not have like any challenge like with the final boss. Like you might die a couple of times, but you can beat him fairly.
Well, it's funny because I when I was playing, I was like, getting the all the achievements and stuff, or the trophies, I ended up reaching level 100, and then then the DLC came out, and even at level 100, I'm just getting wrecked. I know that yeah, I know it's like I remember like same with Kingdom Hearts 3 2.8 or whatever with that secret super boss for Aqua, which is just like her mirror self. I watched how someone played it and I was like, okay, I was able to figure it out that way. But it's like I don't know. I feel the concept that like you have to like understand the mechanics to a T in those games is kind of like, man, like I didn't have to understand Sephiroth to a T to beat him in the first game. I just had to figure out. I just had to figure out his move pattern. Like, all right, when he says "Heartless Angel descend," have an elixir ready, or expect him to counter with that rain of fire and stuff. You know.
The problem is one's kind of the exception to the general Kingdom Hearts rule because it was so experimental and touchy at the time that. Oh, I think I finally figured out. I got a cutscene.
I mean, Sephiroth in number 2 was also hit in battle, and he wasn't that busted. I mean, he was, but he wasn't that busted.
Well, I gotta readjust the mixer on this now. There we go.
All right. I'm fine, thank you.
The bunny girl is talking.
Nethicite? I wonder. With that much nethicite in one's grasp, you could destroy all of Ivalice if you wished it.
All right, what were you saying? Oh yeah. Oh, here's one of the weird differences in Kingdom Hearts 2, though. Sephiroth isn't supposed to be one of the. He's supposed to be one of the earlier end bosses.
I don't know.
No, it's
the
like
the newer ones feel just like they're challenging, but a lot of them feel more on the cheap side than they do challenging.
Oh, I'm not going to argue with that. They wanted to crank the difficulty up to such an absurd degree. It's like, no, you beat this boss this way, at max level with everything.
That's why I always kind of like I don't like them as much. It's like I don't like this beat it one way concept. Like being able to cheese it and enemies and bosses has always been fun. I'm always fine with that. But the idea that you have to do it this way, it's kind of like, ugh.
Yep. Ooh, this is a somewhat cool area. Oh, this dungeon has gone 3 levels, and this has been the. Oh, this is just the boss. Okay. What? Shimahaza? I don't know, Pex, how would you describe that?
Hazai? I don't know.
Yep. Alright, can you slow this thing?
It's one of the other things is like I don't ever think to use status effects on bosses because like they almost never work, but there's always like 1 or 2 where just that's
my
the only way to
fucking god!
win.
Guess which status effect this boss likes to use?
Death.
Infect.
They were
Infect
getting
persists
prepared for
past
it.
death. So even if I die and res them, they'll still be at the reduced health. And he's died, so yep, let's just go full anime on this asshole. Also, the ultimate moves in this game are the weirdest system, period. Because what you do at the start of it, in the bottom right down there, you see all 3 characters, and you can trigger another super attack if the button's prompted, you can reshuffle it, and there's a persistent timer.
Yeah, no, you can do this huge chain of combos if you do them all enough. I think like the highest chain I got was like 7 or 8 of them at once.
I've gotten up to 11 on this run. It took half the health out of the boss.
Yeah, I remember them being very abusable.
I never miss. My regards.
Oh, okay, we're up to 5. Six.
It ends now.
7.
Tremble!
And then the obligatory super blast at the end.
Gotta have it.
Ooh, okay. I gotta take some gambits off of Fran. He's only used disease on one character. That's just kind of interesting. Alright, let's just get a big heal off. Back to attacking. Yeah, it's that. It's those small differences, but they really do matter. Alright, I gotta turn that off. Actually, boss, what happens if you use a Soul Eater on this thing?
You eat its soul.
Well, Soul Eater sacrifices your attack for, or your health for an attack. If I have 1 HP, can it still do it? Oh, he's already
I know.
back.
I have this version of the game as well. I got it like the steel tin of this, the Zodiac version, and I never got around to playing it.
I will say this feels like an improvement over the original. Oh, this thing was a fucking summon. That's the other thing I do kind of want to give it. This game decided to make its own set of summons.
Oh yeah, I figured. I remember these being summons.
And the victory music really does feel like it when you get it sometimes.
I like how to make up for it in things like Rebirth, like Barrett will go dun 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 dun. Yuffie will do it too.
Oh, come to Steam, Rebirth. Ooh, there was 2 reverse mote and a Heistaga mote. Okay, let's put you back as leader. Why does he still have disease? All right.
Because you didn't cure him.
I can't cure him. We've been over this.
Well, then it sounds like he's gonna stay diseased. That's how disease works.
No, it's not. You just get over it. Like a man.
Is that why you have Poke Rust still?
Pokerus is the bomb.
But it's a disease.
Hey, its only negative side effect is you become a little bit too attracted to Vaporeon.
Is it? You've had it for a long time, then, haven't you?
Wait, why does the Vaughn? Oh wait, does the Dawn Striper family having those too? All right, that's interesting. All right, we've gone back. We've saved. Disease is gone. I'm no longer scared. Actually, that's kind of weird. We went up into the crystal, and then it leads back out into the main dungeon again. So we had a side dungeon as a part of the main dungeon.
Sounds like you just got a stronger boss ahead of you.
Yeah, it does. Oh, this game is so weird with its bosses. This path and no other, reach ye the round of the undying. Walk of the chosen. Touch the device. I know the Knights of the Round aren't in this table. Game.
Aren't they only in 7 and nothing else?
No, they're in 14. I think a couple other things too.
I don't remember seeing them in any of the other games.
Big cutscene. I think. Or no, it's cutscene. Just not sure what the hell that was.
Where is everyone?
Fear not, Princess of Dalmasca. We, O Curia, have chosen you, and you alone. Ashalia Banag and Dalmasca, we see your heart desires power, and power most holy shall we grant. Seek you the sun-crest, slumbering star. In tower on distant shore, it dreams. The mother of all Nephesite, the source of its unending power. The Dynast King, his fallow shards coarse trinkets cut from sun-crest's light.
Such power exists?
In times that are long passed away, we thought to save this Ivalice, and chose Wraithwall, the Dynast King. He took the sword and cut the crest. 3 shards he took from its gilt grasp, and so became the Dynast King. His words and deeds run through your veins.
That's why I was given it. The Sword of Kings.
The treaty held with kings of old is but a memory, cold and still. With you, we now shall treat anew, to cut a run for history's flow.
Okay.
Now take this sword, this treaty blade, Ocurian seal, mark of your worth. Cut deep the crest, and seize your shards. Wield Dynast King's power. Destroy Vanar.
But Vanar... Vanar's an Acurian, a being like you.
Vanar is a heretic. The Nephesite is ours to give to chosen bearer, or to none. The heretic trespassed. and set the rose of knowledge in man's hand. With imitations they profane. It is anathema to us. We give you now the stone and task. Administer judgment. Destroy them all.
Oh, these are not benevolent gods.
I mean, how often are they ever?
Destroy them all. The Empire?
The hues ever skew.
True.
History's weave. With haste, they move through too short lives. Driven to there by base desires. Toward waste. And wasting. On they run. Undying, we Ocurian light the path for wayward sons of man. Oft did we pass judgment on them, so that Ivalice might endure. Eternal, we are history's stewards, to set the course and keep it true. The chosen is our hand, our fist, to let live some and crush the rest. Princess, you have been chosen. Take revenge against those who stole your kingdom. Fulfill your role as savior. Attain to your birthright.
I don't know, Pick. Would you take the deal?
I mean, you can just take the sword, stab them with it.
Right to tell you what to do.
Will you take revenge, as they ask?
You know, unlimited power, just kill all of your enemies.
They may be
But-
gods, but we are the arbiters of our destiny. Your Highness,
You have to rule the world
and
afterwards.
Princess, the Empire must pay.
Like that meme.
destruction.
I see no downsides here.
Does anyone know what happened to Dr. Sid? Wasn't he saying he'd be here?
Okay, yeah, I was asking that question earlier.
He should have arrived by now.
He was on airship. We were on
I should
foot.
have realized by now. He's not coming. He laid out the bait, and we bit. Remember what he said? He wanted Ash to get the stone. He wanted that all along. That's why he flaunted his nethicite and reeled us in with his stories about Gedovagan, all to bring Ash to the Okuria.
But wait, if we got a hold of the Nethicite, wouldn't that be bad for the Empire?
Maybe he wants to see what happens when foes with nethicite collide. That'd be just like Dr. Sid.
That sounds definitely mad
I will
scientisty, right?
search out the Sun Crest.
I know who Dr. Sid is. Anything else would be spoilers.
History is built by our hands.
Wait, you said
That's
you
his
do or
favorite
don't?
line.
I do. I specifically remember who
Stand
Dr.
by
Sid
and
is.
watch the Okuria's stones shape things.
Oh, I was just saying, like, yo, I want to watch these two super weapons fight each other.
He was talking to
That sounds
her
mad
all along.
scientist.
It
He
does.
wasn't mad at all then, was he?
Let them fight.
The Treaty Blade.
Restore Dalmasca's sovereignty and make our amends with Lady Ash. It's the only way to avert war.
It is a war of necessity. Your Lady Ash herself is bent on it. She desires it above all else. She will not rest until her revenge is full wrought.
I fear you misread her intent. She would sooner shun war than embrace it.
You are young, Larsa.
And you presume beyond your ken.
Then let us look closer. Judge Gabranth. I would have you seek after the Lady Ash and judge whether she makes overtures of peace or war. Yours shall be the eyes of the Empire.
And should I spy war, I am to put her to the sword. Is that your wish, Excellency?
It will not come to that, I am sure. I have faith in her. Faith in you both. On you, Gabran.
I smell a
Shall I wager
misunderstanding
all our
coming.
fortunes?
As you will.
I feel like they're all just a bunch of assholes.
Well, I'm understanding the politics at play here a bit.
That so sweet a child could be your brother is hard to believe.
Larsa is as he should be.
What's that, Venna? Ah, taken the bait already, have they? Splendid. The Ocuria have given the princess her treaty blade.
The gods have chosen their scribe to write history as they deem fit. Yes, and she with fresh nethicite to aid her.
Bah, to hell with the Ocuria and their stones. What good? A power that cannot be harnessed. Baubles best suited for study, no more.
We conquered 2 kingdoms that you might study these baubles.
Oh, I am grateful for the sacrifice. Without it, manufactured nethicite would have eluded us. An unrivaled weapon, I warrant you. Tell me, Venna, have I not been an apt pupil?
My counsel did but guide your able hand. Through power of man, the stones did you perfect. Yes. So much accomplished in 6 fleeting years. Man's fervor o'er all obstacles prevailing.
Our lives are much too short. You undying might waste long centuries away, but we, I fear, cannot.
Just so. Had we more time, we might have availed ourselves of more prudent measures.
Your greatest work still lies before you. Not lightly will the Ocuria allow you to wrest the reins of history from their grasp, back into the hands of men.
Indeed. What claim does Garen have on history's reins? Seated on throne immortal, rent from time. For your ascendant's vein I offer prayer. May you attain all that which is your due.
Attain it I shall. For too long have my deeds gone unrewarded.
Alright, like, the current, like, Emperor Prince, definitely an asshole. But I can see the reasoning behind all of his actions pretty well.
In tower on
Is it that he's just an asshole?
the sun crest. Do these words mean aught to you?
Didn't Redis say he was going to follow some other course? Maybe you found out something that can help.
I'd rather stay out of that Sky Pirate's debt, thank you.
What's wrong with Redis? I mean, if you can't trust your own kind, who can you trust?
You're an expert on pirating now, are you?
Well, it's just the fact that, like, okay, so the first thing he did when he came to power was killed all the old senators and politicians.
You know what? I'm liking this guy already.
Like, first step he did, it's like, father, like, dad there, it's like, okay, we need to clean out the government. All right, how do we do that? Well, you need to take the reins of power. Kill me and frame the Senate for it. All right. Like, he killed his dad with, like, full consent. Weird. It's weirdly enough.
I mean, I like this plan. We should use it IRL. It's a good plan.
All right,
Fresh start.
Do I actually have to go all the way back out through this dungeon?
Remember in Tales Symphonia, you could, like, fast warp out of the dungeons? And then one time we couldn't, and I was like, something's gonna happen in this dungeon, otherwise it would let us fast warp out. And they're like, how do you know? Like, just why would it this be the one time we can't fast warp? And they're like, probably.
Okay,
and then we
I am so glad I decided to do that. So I went back and touched the stone that took me to, like, the cutscene God world, and it leads me outside the dungeon.
Hmm.
That does not feel, like, intuitive to me. I'm gonna pull up. Nope. All right, I had one. All right, let's pull up a new. Where the fuck am I going?
Straight to hell.
Balfoamy Port. Balfoamy and see if Erdis knows anything. Okay, so let's just go back to Ravenasta. Also, the fact that fast travel items can only be used at certain stones and are a limited resource that you can't buy kind of sucks.
Yeah. I can imagine that. Like, stop fast traveling. You're supposed to know where you're going at all times.
I know where I'm going at all times. It's just I don't want to have to walk through several layers of dungeons and other things to get back to a town.
No, you get grind.
All right, people, you heard it here first. Pix likes the fact there's no fast travel in Digimon World 3.
No, I like that you have to grind. It's funny to watch you suffer. Never say anything about me.
All right, let's get some notice boards.
Look, chat, write nothing if it's funny watching Agent suffer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, it's funny. Chat agrees.
I'm a streamer. All of our suffering is funny. That's half of the content we do produce.
That's fair.
You wanted to argue for a second there, didn't you?
I had to sit there and think about it.
It's like, fuck. All right. So apparently you can buy stuff with clan points I was not aware of. All right, I did a couple of things, so apparently I did a lot of things. Oh, another one in the dungeons. Oh, Chocobo. Chocobos are the worst bosses of all times in any Final Fantasy.
Why is that?
Because they're always overpowered and gimmicky.
I mean, the Chocobo bosses in 16 aren't bad at all. There's also only like 2 of them. I wasn't looking. Is it the rainbow Chocobo?
No, I think it's just the red.
Oh, I think the final Chocobo boss in this game is the rainbow Chocobo.
I could bolt. In Rebirth?
No, this.
Oh, and this one? Alright, I can see that too.
Yeah. I distinctly remember that being a thing. I also remember like Genji being a big boss here in this game. I feel like this was the game that I learned about Genji, even though he's been in a handful of them.
Okay, no, I've done all these, so... Alright, is there a way to... someplace to spend clan points?
Probably in the clan shop.
That's where I'm at. And I'm pretty sure I've talked to everybody. Let me check it on the side here really quick.
Probably Montblink,
Talk to him.
the Moogle, probably him.
All right, where can I find clan shop? Da-da-da. Okay, so he's a random stall on the outside. Got it. I haven't checked my gear in a while, so it's not a bad thing to do either.
Montblanc. I don't remember how to say his name.
It's something like that. Like, he's a reference to something. I don't know what. Probably Norse.
He was a character in the advanced games, or in the tactics advanced games. He was actually on your party, I believe. Now those are some games I'd like to go back to play sometime.
Tactics?
Tactics Advanced and Tactics Advanced 2.
Oh yeah, no, those are on my short list for Tactical Tuesdays.
Been forever since I played those, but I remember putting so many hours into Tactics Advanced. So many hours. Not as much into Advanced 2 or the original Tactics, but definitely into Advanced. Thinking back on it, I played so many games on the Advance. I freaking love the Game Boy Advance.
Oh yeah, no, I will not argue that the Advance is one of my favorites. Like consoles.
Yeah, it's practically just a portable Super Nintendo.
All right, anything else I have a lot of? Oh, nothing new for the Bazaar with all that. That's interesting. All right, let us go and check the other shops. You know, this is still one of my favorite parts of video games.
What?
Equipping better gear.
Such a weirdo.
Numbers go up, Pix. Numbers go up.
No. Bad agent. Bad.
All right, no new abilities. All right, let us go choose the armor. No, armor's over here. Ooh, he's only got license 4. Have I already outstripped the shops? I thought Rabanasta always stayed up to date. Yeah, 4. Shit.
No numbers go up for you.
Yeah, I think I would have to sell stuff for my bazaar. I don't quite want to do that yet. Ah, here we go. Items. Let's see. Eye drops. Phoenix Downs. Yes, I'll take the maximum number of those. I'll grab some high potions. Oh, I can just buy remedies now. All right, yes, 50 of those, please.
You don't need remedies, just walk it off.
And some high potions. Or X potions, I should say. Bacchus wine. Cause one ally to mindlessly attack with his weapon in hand. That's a weird item, right?
It's a berserk item.
Well, it doesn't increase your attack.
I feel like it may not be this Final Fantasy, but I feel like I've seen other ones where enemies use that item on you and force you to berserk.
Yeah, but why is it an item you can buy in like the item like the healing item shop too at that?
Well, either you can use it on opposing enemies, or maybe there's a situation where, I don't know, like you have to, if you can cause your character to berserk so they don't do something stupid. I don't know.
Yes. Oh, what the hell was I going again? I'm going to.
There's probably some fringe case scenario in the game where it can be useful.
Oh, this is a new town, maybe. Nebadon, Ajiba, Arcades. Random hostess. Okay, how do I get to this port? Passage. Okay, that is the other thing this game definitely does. Is it's incredibly irritating to navigate.
And you know what to say, just get good. I know it's really hard for you to do that.
Oh, I was trying to think, but okay, yeah, no, we'll here's a okay, where the heck? how did we get here?
On foot.
Let's go back another step and figure out. Oh, I don't like that. Looks like you're right.
Always right. We've been over this
Oh, shut up.
like a million times. He just doesn't learn, chat. I'm always right.
Wait, does this not have a yellow crystal? Got it. What's this? Titious Uplands? Alright. That's where we gotta go. So we're going to burn another fast travel crystal. Oof. Okay, yeah, I probably wasn't supposed to come back to Rabanasta yet. That's why nothing's upgraded.
You just keep trying to make those numbers go up, and it's like just backfiring on you.
I will bin backs.
You will not, and the game will, you'll like it. You will be at min forever.
I have the backs. Okay, that actually didn't put us in too bad of a spot.
Then a million Marlboros jump you.
That's what the last dungeon was.
That's what every dungeon from now on is.
A little piece of me really, really hopes that's not correct.
Sounds like a really big piece of you wishes that's not correct.
Yeah. Smacking around some underleveled enemies feels real good.
That didn't sound creepy at all.
Apex, we've been over this. I'm kind of creepy.
Yeah, we know. That's why you're on that list, right?
I'm on several lists. You gotta be more specific.
I can't Twitch TOS and all.
Yeah.
Right, if you're under the age of 54, you probably shouldn't be watching this stream.
Why 54?
I figure most adults aren't mature enough.
I don't like how true that feels. Ooh, crystal. Can I wait for there to be a save point here to be a boss like right around this corner, isn't there?
There could be one of those what are they called? The hunt bosses.
No, I don't think so. Okay, what? No. I think I could have come here earlier. Okay, yeah, no. I forget. Flying enemies just kind of suck.
It tends to be the case in most games, honestly.
Well, it just kind of, I think the biggest problem I have with it is when it's, you know, like, oh, it's like you have to use range attacks. Nobody's spec for range attacks.
Why didn't you spec for range attacks? Where's the Barret of your team?
It's Fran. She's also my white mage.
It's actually easier to get Cloud into the air in the new one.
Well, that's good to hear, at least.
Also, Yuffie is ranged.
Oh yeah, I forget you have a bit more range, because that was also kind of the problem 7 had. Did it heal itself? No, enemies don't heal themselves. This is a fact of gaming. I get to sit here and use 100 spell health potions. They don't.
Exactly. It's your right as the gamer to not have to be able to abuse the system.
Yes. Not a rust. Not really what I was wanting there, but okay.
I was just thinking about, like, I was seeing on Reddit today, and someone posted a thing. Maybe, like, it's fun. Rebirth references Saz, and it also references Yuna.
Oh, that's kind of. Hopefully, it's not anything too big, because it's like, I do like that, but at the same point, it's like.
Oh, okay.
No.
So it's not reference. It does a callback.
Okay.
They don't connect the worlds at all. It's just a if you know reference. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, like those I don't mind because
like for example, like the Saz one, a little chocobo lands on Barrett's hair and tries to stay there.
Actually, where
the Yuna one is much more on the nose, but it's clearly just a, hey, remember this amazing part of Final Fantasy X? Yeah, that was awesome, right? And that's all it really is. But it's cute. It looks nice. No real complaints there, you know?
No, I very much enjoy 10. Like, I never understood where the hate for 10 came from, personally.
I have never heard anyone hate 10.
I heard it a couple times. I think it's mostly people making fun of that laugh for a while there, but...
Oh, everyone makes fun of the laugh. Don't get me wrong, but that's not hate. That's just everyone's making fun of the laugh. There's a difference between hate and mocking something that's stupid. Besides, that laugh was supposed to be stupid. That was like the point in the game.
Welcome to the first argument I hear everyone do. Ooh, yeah, we just mowed them down. Damn.
I mean, the general concept is like, well, there's no, like, man, it's a professional voice actor. You really think they don't know how to laugh?
Well, you gotta remember, too, that's just in the point when video games and anime were still having, like, oh, hey, you're the pizza delivery guy? You want to record some lines?
Yeah, I know, but still, like, he also recorded the rest of the game without issues, so I'm going to go ahead and assume the laugh was intentional.
Yeah, no, it's like, I understand that, too. It's just that people's expectations weren't always like, oh, this is a dub. Oh, hey, there's Yuki.
Speaking of dub, hi, Yuki.
A wild Yuki has appeared.
Yay, throw a Pokeball.
Let me resize that now.
Yuki appears as soon as we make a joke about anime.
I was there for the joke about anime.
Excellent.
Well, part of it at least.
Yep.
I still go on. I'm still in the camp of nobody really dislikes 10. Now 10-2 on the other hand, not gonna defend that.
Charlie's Angels, the game.
No, there was a Charlie's Angels game, and that was actually really bad. But
Yeah, it was. But yeah, 10-2 was just a wildly different target audience from 10, which was very confusing from the marketing standpoint.
I still remembered really liking it though as a kid.
Yeah, I can't weigh in on that one. Objectively. Like I played that as a teenage boy, so it's like I very much was in a target demographic for that game.
Yeah, so was I.
But
I still remember
10-2, yep.
I really felt like the target demographic was more like teenage girls, but okay.
I mean, cute girls being cute. Feels like that works with guys too.
I suppose.
They put in the hot goth girl though.
You really can never go wrong with the hot goth girl. They're kind of evergreen. Everyone likes the hot goth girl.
I think I remember a joke saying like when they were talking about the three girls and they got to pain like but is there something like can we somehow like put Squall in here but not be gay? And then they're like being like, hey, there we go.
Alright, I'm starting up stream on my side. Just a moment.
What are you playing?
I'm starting off just finishing up my draft run in MTG Arena before that expires on me.
Oh. Did the draft runs, does that kind of look like Hearthstone?
I don't remember there being a draft in Hearthstone last time I played it, so I couldn't tell you.
Oh, you haven't played that in a long time then, have you?
I mean, there was like a single-player mode where you kind of drafted cards that had like a few expansions around it and stuff, but, yeah, I don't remember there being like a draft, multiplayer mode. That was more of like what I would call like an adventure mode or something.
Oh no, there very much was a draft mode. You would build your deck. It would cost you like the points you spent. Ooh, cutscene. It would cost you points that you spend to like buy new packs. All the cards you drafted, you would get to keep. And what you do is you would fight other drafted decks, and the more decks you beat, the more packs you would unlock in the end.
Yeah, pretty much the same, except in MTG Arena, there's, well, first off, playing the games counts towards, like, the daily quests that earn you, the in-game currency to be able to enter more events and stuff, or buy packs or whatever. But also, the rewards include the premium currency for your draft wins, not just packs. So if you manage to get at least 4 wins, well, actually technically 5 wins, and without getting 3 losses, then you'll receive more gems than your entry fee would be, plus 4 packs and all the cards that you drafted. But you can get up to 7 wins, which gets you 2,200 gems and 6 packs versus the 1,500 gem entry fee.
Okay.
So if you're good enough at it, hypothetically, you can keep drafting and never have to purchase any in-game currency.
Yeah, that's very much what Hearthstone did too. Oh yeah, because that was my favorite game mode.
Yeah, it's definitely what I play the most in Arena. Alright. Starting up. Alright, and now that I've got that intro out of the way, I've unmuted my mic. But I did realize I didn't set everything all the way up. I'm missing my speech chat and things like that.
Oh, that's... Oh yeah, because that's a separate... Yeah, cause that's a separate thing for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not part of my bot. I have to actually manually start up a browser window that has that in it.
I'm lazy and haven't set up any bots.
I need to set up a couple more.
How many bots do you need?
Well,
I only
how many
run
can
one
help me
bot.
take over the world?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
okay, but...
No, I have one to manage my multiple chats.
I see.
Because I am live on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Kick.
I am basically... I'm probably gonna end up deleting my Twitter accounts by the end of the year.
Yeah, I think actually I kind of missed the boat on that already, because I think we've already hit the point where they're scraping it with their AI officially.
Yeah, well, I removed all my stuff before they did that, but I mean, like, all the images and things like that. But I mean, like, even if you move over to Blue Sky, I'm pretty sure Blue Sky is just being scraped by all the other AIs.
Yeah, it's a problem. Which
Yeah,
is
but
why... Yeah, go ahead.
I said at the minimum, if the AIs are gonna scrape it anyway, you know, screw Musk. I'd rather not give it to his.
Yep. Oh, hey, I found the shop that has all the new gear.
But yeah, Glaze, is a important tool to be using these days.
Yeah, but I've tried it once. I've tried it. If you want it to have a higher glaze with a real effect, it is visibly noticeable.
Oh, that's too bad.
Like, yeah, you can visibly see, like, it messes with the overall quality of the image. Plus, from what I hear, like, and obviously, like, all the AI bros could just be lying, but I'm gonna go ahead and assume they're actually probably telling the truth about this, and they're like, yeah, we've already figured out how to reverse engineer that and make it so that AI understands it, and I could definitely believe that actually being true. Like,
I mean, it's always going to be an arms race.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing they will all put all their effort into, not having to actually do work.
Yeah. And successfully stealing other people's stuff.
The power of hey, that's how everybody got rich. Stole from the smart guy.
Alright, here we go. Starting up my first game here.
Oh. Oh, my. Yuki, it's easy. Just open Emrakul.
I don't think Emrakul is in this set.
Yeah, that's what will make him so powerful.
And also, Emrakul is pretty bad in draft for the most part.
Yeah,
he tends to be a little bit too expensive to possibly play before you die.
Yep. No, just open the ultimate busted draft card. Pack rat. Oh, wait, have you ever drafted against a Pat Rat deck, Yuki?
I can't say I have, but I did once draft 6 Squadron Hawks.
Oh, okay. Wait, so do you know what the Pack Rat deck is?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just your basic rat deck, really. Do I want to unwanted remake this? I think I do.
Oh,
I really don't like that thing.
I don't think you know the horrors of the Pack Rat deck. Because what all the deck is you have to have at least, I think it's 3 of them to do it properly.
Uh-huh.
Wait, I am thinking of the right one. Pack Rat's the 3-drop for 2 that has an ability that lets you summon another token of itself.
Possibly. I don't remember which rat is which. I was just assuming it was one of the many rats that gets bigger the more of them you have.
Oh, no. What Pack Rat is, I believe, if I'm remembering the card name correctly, it's a rat that lets you summon a copy of itself for a pay cost.
Oh.
So,
in that case, yes, I've played against the card once, but not multiple copies.
okay, so what the deck is, and this got banned at like my locals because of how stupid it was. You have to have at least 3 of them, and you run only Pack Rat and a black land.
Uh-huh.
Or swamp, I should say. So you wait till you trick one out, and then you just multiply.
I mean, it's a legit strategy. I don't know why they would ban it.
Well, it was with the sets it was out with. It was just, oh, he went Pack Rat, he wins. Like you could, it was too. Dear God, I have a lot of money.
I don't know. I never saw it be that much of a problem.
Maybe it was just around my area then.
Maybe. It could also be that, like, the area where you're playing, people just didn't have an effective counterplay strategy to it.
Yep. It's always interesting how meta shifts in regions with the same sets of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm going to unlock so much weird, bizarre stuff from this. What picks? Ha! The joke's on you now. I get to upgrade all of my characters.
Boo.
Probably with a lot, actually. Because I haven't actually sold, like, dumped into the bazaar.
You're bizarre.
Is not going well for me. I have drawn 8 lands so far.
Ooh.
And I've only had 1 creature the entire game.
It definitely sounds like Agent's fault.
I have 6 land on the battlefield, 2 mountains in my hand, and nothing else.
Well, have you tried throwing those mountains at the enemies?
Unfortunately, that's not a thing you can do.
I mean, it works in Dragon Ball Z, so I'm just saying.
Oh good, I drew something that's not a mountain. Or a plains. Unfortunately, it's way too little too late. And they killed it. Oh, and they've got lethal. Okay. Yep, that was a quick game. Oh, sometimes there's not much you can do about the true nothing but land scenario.
Mulligan even harder, Yuki.
Sure, I'll just like mull down to 0 and it'll be fine. I didn't even really make good progress on my quests because that went so poorly. Alright, well, that was a very quick arena run. Let me find something else.
Oh, actually, I did need to check armor still. Oh, he is weapon, right. Alright, no, the bazaar has set me up for everything good. Alright, quickly, I'm going to pull up your chat too. Alright, let's finally get back to the story.
By the way, Agent, are you also on Twitch right now, or are you only streaming on Discord?
No, I'm on Twitch. I am live. Yep. We have been live for a little while. Ugh. Only 2 hours.
Ships in the water. Send fishing dories if need be. I care not. Glossair engines are as good to us as sky to a fish. Leave what boats have foundered. I want souls saved, not driftwood.
There we go. Go ahead and lurk you while I'm doing other stuff here.
Trouble with a mist thick as death, it seems. Those seas are yacht. I expected airship trouble, not a fleet foundering amidst the waves. Tell me of what happened in Giruvegon. From the lay of your eyes, I measure all did not go well. Sid, was he false as I feared?
Yes.
But we may have caught a glimpse of his true intent. We may now know what it is that Sid searches for.
So the day-affected Nithosite was only a fragment? And these Ocurii know not and care to know even less.
If we strike this Suncrest with the Sword of Kings, no new stone may be born. We say the Suncrest is the source of all Nethosite's power. If we might break it, the Dusk Shard would be as a thing lifeless. As for the manufactured Nethosite, who can say?
There is another way. We used the Treaty Blade to cut a new stone from the Crest. Use that to fight the Dusk Shard and the manufactured stones.
Would you like to know the best use of Nethosite? Will or nil, I'll tell you. You pick it up and throw it away.
Either way, we have to find the Suncrest first, right? Don't we? Across the sea, and in tower on a distant shore. Redis?
Familiar words, Vaughn. I saw something of the sort written in some documents I chanced upon during my visit to Draklor. The Naldoan Sea, the Ridorana Cataract, and the Pharos Lighthouse. I sent my fleet to fish out the truth behind these words, and caught trouble.
Then proof is ours. This lighthouse on the Naldoan Sea is the tower on the distant shore. The strong mist that becalmed your ships is a grimmer yet clearer sign than any we might hope for. The Suncrest is there.
All well and good, but how do we get there? Those seas are in Yacht, as I recall.
Try putting this one in your ship. 'Tis a sky stone made to resist Yacht.
More spoils from the Draklor labs, is it? Why not use it yourself?
That's just the thing. My ship's a Bergerben model. It will not work. But should it fit the Strahl, she'll fly in Yacht. Lady Ash, I would accompany your highness, if you do not object.
I am in your care.
Side party member.
Tell me one thing. Why do so much for us?
The Nabudis Deadlands.
Nabudis was your home?
Nay, but a memory forever burned in my heart.
I guess that doesn't. Okay, they just repeated what we already knew. You know, I feel like this game really wanted you to be able to fly with your airship. They never quite got it there to do it.
That could well be.
These maps are so confusing. It's screwy.
Alright, there we go.
Got your next game up?
We're back with Gas Station Simulator.
Oh, wow. I didn't think you liked horror games.
Horror games?
Wait, am I thinking of the right one?
I don't think you're thinking of the right one. I think you're thinking of Dishwashing Simulator.
Why is that the horror one?
I don't know, but I did play a
have you ever
little
done
bit
that
of
as a
that.
job? No.
I mostly just save the horror games for spooky season.
No, I know that feeling. That's about what I'm like.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to turn streamer mode on.
For Discord?
No, in the game.
Ah.
Apparently there's some not Twitch safe graffiti and stuff that can show up if you don't have that enabled.
Oh, I thought that was mostly music.
In most games it is, but this one specifically says that, removes unfriendly decals to be more streamer/child friendly.
/ child friendly.
I think I may also turn off warehouse stealing. Alright, that should be good.
I'll return.
Oh, you left? Didn't notice.
No, I said I'm going to return in a moment.
Oh, I'm still in the options menu. That's what's going on. Okay, there we go. Tidal wave? What? Does this have like DLC already?
I feel like God's giving you the key to ultimate power and then telling you, now go fetch. Feels a little weird.
What is this in reference to? Oh, is this a thing that happens in 12?
Yeah.
Huh.
You had to go to a sacred temple to talk with the gods who give you a key to unlock another temple or another thing in another temple. It's even harder to get to.
Well, I mean, it is the god in a game. Of course there's going to be a fetch quest.
Yeah, it's...
And in that
It's an RPG god.
the Suncrest waits.
My lady, your words still sound of doubt.
Ah, yes, the famous Dust Bowl,
And
gas station.
should I choose revenge, what then?
Then your woe shall be your own.
Vaughn, a word. If something untoward should happen to me, you're taking the straw.
Untoward? What's this about?
I am the leading man. Might need to do something heroic. Don't worry, I'll show you how to fly her.
I think that's something you should have told him on... I'm just going to ignore that. Okay. And old school RPG instincts are kicking in. Every save point passed will be a save.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I have returned to bring Agent Despair.
Well, ha! That's my natural state of being.
That seems accurate.
That's why I'm giving more. You know, too much of a good thing.
No, I was just kind of complaining how the gods had to make us do a fetch quest to get our ultimate super weapon. Oh my god, an even stronger version of a Marlboro! Wasn't the last one enough?
The Super Marlboro.
Oh, I already fought.
You were just fighting Marlboro Lights before.
More Marlboros for Agent.
Flashing red button.
Oh wait, I bought 99 ethers. What the? Or remedies. What am I even thinking?
You think?
I think a lot. The problem is I think too much. Where the hell are those?
Hmm.
Serum. Serum is how you.
Whoops.
Gotcha. No, it's down. Remedy.
Find a way to turn on the electricity.
Does not remove confusion. What does remove confusion?
Nothing.
Apparently not remedy.
I think it's Maiden's Kiss.
No, that.
No, Maiden's Kiss is frog.
Poison blind. Stop.
Does anything actually remove confusion?
There should.
No, I'm thinking of Pokemon.
No.
Panacia would.
New Kai San or this thing. NU second word KHAI.
I don't know what that is. Okay.
It's sand, because throwing sand in someone's face stops them from being confused, apparently.
Sure, why not?
It's like, I'm confused. Quick, pocket sand, go!
I think those things legit hit me with. Oh no, they don't hit me with infect. Oh my god, that's so much better. But yeah, they hit me with every other status effect in the game. That
yeah,
was,
you would think Bio would be on the list for a Marlboro.
Well, the last ones did, and that effect is that effect can just go die. It can just go die. Because you know what that one does, right?
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you were talking about. I've got a cutscene thing going on my side that's very loud.
I was gonna say, do you know what infect does?
Infect?
Yeah.
Is it different than Bio?
Infect makes it so you no longer take base HP damage, you take max HP damage. So every time you take a hit, your max HP just decreases.
Ew. And that's permanent?
Unless you have a special item which you cannot buy. No magic, as I can find, cures it. Well, I think Inshu does now, but like the last dungeon, I could not find a way to cure it.
Wow. Rough.
Yeah, that was I was in legit panic mode on that stream. Which probably made a good stream, right, guys? Right?
Yeah.
One can only hope. Is there...
Pair of ghillie boots. Wait, why do I have a black belt?
Huh. VSync on.
Alright, yeah, let's put the double X.
Oh, much better. All that screen tearing was driving me insane. Oh, hey, what do you know? There is, in fact, a computer in here. It's only a monitor. There's no tower, or keyboard, or mouse, but there is a computer.
Oh, that is... Oh. Oh, my... Oh, that's evil. That is pure evil. So, Pick, you see those little red things on the ground right there?
Yeah.
Those are all traps. They do massive amounts of damage. So if you come at this save point in the most direct fashion, they will kill you.
Huh.
that we're gonna booby trap our save point and health regen to be a death trap.
Makes sense to me.
Get into the mini excavator, hint her name is Rudy.
I can see that.
Where did I see the mini excavator? It had a bright, shiny, flashing button on it. There it is.
Oh, zombie dragon fight.
I'm sorry, what? The excavator has a turbo on it?
That sounds legitimately redneck.
Yeah, what if they had to go into space and cut a giant asteroid in half?
So the zombie dragon's name is Hydro. Does that seem kind of weird?
Nah.
You'd think it would be more of a water monster, but... Hi, Vex! Welcome!
What's up, Vex? Wait, I'm fighting a zombie dragon. Let's try the old school Final Fantasy tactic.
Throwing a phoenix down at it.
Throwing a phoenix down at it.
Yep.
I remember I first figured that out.
I could use a map. A map would be nice.
Oh, you know what I got out of that? It said immune.
Immune to insta-kill for undead, huh?
Have you tried fire instead?
Ah, but healing spells do. Oh wait, Bosk has a. He's a paladin. Yeah, his magic also sucks, right? Oh wait, I can cast a regen on this son of a bitch.
Unless he's immune to that too.
He is not.
Oh, inventory. Okay.
I'm happy I thought of that. Alright, let's throw some anime at him.
With your recommendations, obviously that'll scare them away. But
hey, my recommendations this season have been very straightforward.
It ends now.
I don't think we technically made recommendations.
I thought we did have a couple shows like this is the one I'm looking forward to.
Well, yeah, I guess kinda.
Which,
what do you mean, Vex? Fun in what sense?
Please.
Like fun anime that we're talking about, or...?
What's the question?
Just anything fun.
Well, Dondodon and Mecha Arm are both freaking phenomenal to start off with this season.
Yeah, for some reason I haven't been getting notifications about Mecha Arm. I need to go catch up on that at some point here.
It's very base shonen-y, but it's doing it on such a fast track and so well. I'm very much enjoying it.
Well, yeah, it really does have that that strong Studio Trigger vibe to it for me.
It kind of does. I did less damage than I was expecting.
Trigger / Gynax.
Although I would say Dondodon has more of the trigger feel than Mecha Arm.
Wow, this thing burns through gas like crazy, doesn't it? How many sand piles do I have to remove?
Enough of them. Although I will say one thing, Demon Lord 2099 and what was the other one that's really like hooked me? Oh, it was the Redo Princess Conquers the Dragon Emperor.
Really, that one ended up getting you, huh?
It's the juxtaposition and the sheer slapping of the tones in my face. It's like it won't let me stay comfy. It's like I'm constantly like, what the heck's about to happen here?
I miss Sleepy Princess.
Yeah, Sleepy Princess was cute.
That was fun. It felt like it needed at least one more season.
Yep. That does remind me. Have you been keeping up with Kawaii Slime at all?
No, I really haven't been. I watched the first couple episodes, but oof, that one was rough.
Yeah, it weirdly enough gets a lot of heart like in the middle like bit.
Really?
Like not like a lot, but enough that it's like, oh no, I'm kind of warming up. I'm warming back up on this now. Also, I've found the robot equivalent to Pix.
Oh?
How dare you?
No, like I think because it's this machine's face is stuck in that exasperated anime look. It only has that one mode.
That's not fair though. I only have that when I'm talking to you.
And while you're at work.
No, I have a I'm gonna murder you face when I'm at work. But it does not stop people from bothering me. So clearly it's not evil enough.
Okay, Berserker Bracers and what was the other thing?
I gotta say, I would not expect a gas station simulator to have so much, using heavy machinery?
Yeah, I figured it'd just be sitting there at the cash register and then taking smoke breaks.
I always forget how much extra like board points the bosses give you.
My work gives me board points. But
yeah.
Hey, Fran. Something's written on the wall.
Engraved by someone, it seems. It's quite old.
Man, this thing burns through fuel fast.
Lo, seeker in days unborn, God blade bearer. Know you, this tower challenges the sky. Where the watcher, the ward of the three waits, soul hungry, unsated. He without power, want it not. He with power, trust it not. He with sight, heed it not. Rend illusion, cut the true path. In blood, Wraithwall.
The Dynast King?
Does it startle you? The Dynast King took his sword from the Ocuria, It was here he claimed the Nethicite. He must have known he was not the last the Acuria would choose. He left this for you. Rend illusion, cut the true path. Words of much mystery, yet his blood runs in your veins. Perhaps it whispers to you the truth.
Yep, all this lore and plot going on, and Van just sitting off to the side.
This is alright.
Well, Fran does have a specific role.
No, not Fran. Van.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, I look at this game in HD, like, man, I just wish like every PS2 game could just get this treatment.
Well, there is a way to do that.
Yeah, I know. But you have to sit there and like I've done that with PS1 games, but like it varies. So if you try the, I have a friend who does that with a lot of PS1 fighting games, and they usually look really good because of it. But blah, blah, blah.
It sounds like we're talking about two different things.
Okay, then what are you talking about?
You can get a converter kit that's basically just a HDMI cable that plugs directly into the PS2 to allow it to natively output on HDMI.
I have a couple of different things like that. It's not the same as
Could the PS2 not do HDMI?
No, it couldn't. It was well before HDMI.
Oh. Neat. Okay, good old Skyfish. I can handle Skyfish. And ball chicken. Oh, Mimic.
The best the PS2 could do with like the original cables and everything that they sold for it was the like YYGR whatever. The basically the version of AV that had like 5 plugs instead of 3.
Yeah.
So I have one of those specifically for the PS2, that goes directly into a special scaler design for the PS2, and it simply does not look as good as say, like if you use an emulator with the things that they have now for it to like up-res. It's not like the emulators do a thing where they don't just up-res, they essentially smooth out the textures. Well, I know, but they're doing things that are like making it so that the text it's not just like flat. It's not just like upscaling. It is essentially like smoothing up pixels. Like I've seen this with like PS1 stuff as well. It will, like I was sat there. So I was trying it out on Crash Bandicoot, and its default thing where it's like it's all triangly, and I could like sit there and determine like how smooth I want the arms to look like it was like worlds difference. And that's basically what they're doing with the PS5 with their retro things. Like if you get any of the PS2 games for the PS5, they're just doing that with the emulator. They're just using the machine to smooth out instead of having it really like jaggedy pixels. It smooths out the polygons. It looks really good on racing games especially.
Sounds like you're talking about like a version of anti-aliasing basically.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's one of those things where, if you look at what Agent's playing right now, it's, like, the textures just look crisper all around.
Yeah. Why am I getting... I think 12 actually got, like, a bit of a remake, though.
I mean, it did get a bit of a remake. They like changed the boards and stuff like that. Like they definitely changed the boards and things like that and upgraded some stuff. But like looking at the pure textures, they're like HD crisp. Because I'm assuming like they didn't have to be as compressed as much.
Oh,
So they probably I would imagine that any company that didn't throw their assets away probably have like HD quality textures and stuff that could be applied and can work now, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Of course, how many of the older games like especially with companies that are gone, are they content is that even still around, you know? For them to try.
Yeah, I mean, with those, it's nearly impossible to get a remake or anything to begin with, just because, like, licensing issues.
Yeah.
Alright, ordered some fuel for my gas station.
I mean, that is the one thing that should be there.
Oh, that
I've been
coffee.
I know. I've just been watching a lot of like the like things like for emulators. I watched my one friend's video. I'm like, this looks way too good for a PS1 game, and he's like, oh no, I used the emulator to change the resolution. So like, oh okay. And I was watching people go. Yeah, I was watching some people go through that stuff, and it's like it looks better depending on the type of game. Like Resident Evil, any game that has a like pre-drawn background as opposed to model backgrounds don't look as good smoothed out because like the models look really smooth, but they like kind of juxtapose to the actual like textures versus ones where the background is normal 3D and it looks really good. Like I said, it always looks really good with racing, but it doesn't like look good with something like say Resident Evil.
Apparently my first customer has arrived.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What horrors await?
It's a gas station. Don't ask that question.
We have begun a capitalism.
No, that's the worst thing of all time. Digimon Card Battle, like you said, the post game content has like a second story, right?
It has a bit, I remember. I don't remember a lot.
Like, how are you supposed to trigger it?
I remember the first part is you go back to the starting town.
Yeah, and Ty was there, and he asked you a question, and then you told him no, and nothing happened.
Test my skills on the arcade. What?
Yeah, you can't you can't give gas if you're not a pro gamer.
I mean, obviously, but
I don't.
You earn money for this?
Yeah, pro gamer. Why would you not get paid for gaming?
I don't know. I would say just check some of the other towns. I would get. I think at this point, I know Andromon should ask you for the codes now. I just don't remember what town he was in.
Oh, come on, Cactus.
Right now I'm just beating up the O2 casts because I can fight them now. but no one has said anything about. He just said, "Hey, have you seen any Digimon acting weird?" And it's like, all right, that's it. I don't know.
I feel like this would control a lot better with a controller than it does with a keyboard. Racing games are not very keyboard friendly.
Nope.
I feel like some of them can be.
I seem to have gotten off course here. I think I accidentally started over.
Don't do that, Yuki.
I did.
Silly Yuki.
Well, my little car had kind of an epic crash. Whoops. Stop that! There's no reason for it to do that.
What, crash? That usually comes from running into things.
Except I was just driving on the track, and all of a sudden I'm just like...
Kaboom.
Flipping all over the place. Did it to me last time, too.
I feel like there might be a women driver joke in there somewhere.
But we're above that.
Hopefully.
No, it's just because we're so tall.
Alright, for the record, we are allowed to cancel agent. Putting it out there.
Oh,
you
good
can
to know.
Try.
Serve the first customer. I already did that.
Did you now?
I legitimately did. And apparently the second customer is a cop.
Is he there for donuts and coffee?
No, he's there for gas.
And donuts. You can get both.
I don't sell any of those just yet.
A gas station that doesn't sell donuts.
Yeah, that's
Well, this one, because it's pretty dilapidated. In fact, it doesn't sell anything except gas yet, because the interior is entirely under construction and full of debris.
Wow, they really start you out with nothing on that one, don't they?
Oh yeah, no, I had to, like, the place was literally boarded up, and I had to rip the boards off the doors to get in.
Alright, we are just gonna run for a minute. I am sick of this.
I definitely
Buy a trash bag and equip it.
That's the highest level armor you could find.
Trash bag?
Yeah.
Am I a hobo?
Are you?
Oh, this is going to be... Wait, so this isn't part of the,
I'm pretty sure I just bagged up a dead rat.
So, standard gas station. I don't see the problem.
Alright, we're gonna put the speed back on for this fight.
Well, apparently the thing I thought I was carrying got stuck inside.
Alright, let's hit him with the anime. See if we can get a better combo going than last time.
Yeah, you're at the point where every boss fight is just spam this super combo.
Well, you only get to use it once per combat, though, is the thing.
Yeah, but you, like, nuke half their health.
I never miss.
Ooh, I was wishing I was getting a little bit more of the more powerful ones. Although I do like how the weaker ones, at least aren't long. Because goddamn, the 3 powers on these take a little bit too long for being unskippable.
Yeah, but they look cool.
Yeah, but I'm not watching them. I'm waiting for the next thing to pop up. So I guess it's fun for you guys.
Well,
that's what's important.
Yeah, right?
Stream, yes. Game, not really.
Agent, you're not supposed to be having fun. I told you this. You're here to suffer for our enjoyment.
Yeah, that's pretty much streaming in a nutshell.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ooh, got Fran's level 3.
Suppose I should probably take the boards off the windows. They didn't tell me to do that yet, though, so watch this break the game when I'm supposed to do it later and can't because I already took them all off.
And your game just shuts down.
Oh, damn, we have broken my record.
Seems like it'll probably be more like a soft lock.
Your actual computer explodes. And then you look around and all of a sudden you're actually in the game.
Well, we did 13.
Well, you know, as horrible as this gas station is, living in a world where you can guaranteed turn a profit seems, pretty legit to me.
I mean, we already live in that world. It just depends on what you're willing to do to get said profit.
Fair enough.
That did nothing.
Like the goggles. Oh good, the broom is free.
I always hate when Final Fantasy games have like a big turtley boss, because it's always just like, yeah, we're just giant health tanks, but we're not really fun to fight.
I mean, a few of of them are like the challenge is interesting. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing here.
Well, looking at it, I'd say you probably should be like winning. That's usually what I try to do, at least. I'm pretty successful at it, so, you know, you should take my advice.
It's apparently immune to damage. Oh, maybe it's not immune to heals, though.
Is it undead?
Not sure. Let's try it. Nope, still immune to that, too. Oh, it's literally waited out.
Maybe you could poison it.
Nope, you just had to wait it out.
Awesome.
That's always a fun mechanic.
Yep.
Love when games respect your time as a player. Uh-oh, Dennis the Menace has arrived.
It has a sliver. Somebody smack it.
Cool. I guess the solution to him showing up is to abuse the child.
What?
Well, you can apparently scare him off by throwing stuff at him. Which basically means you are just beating him with metal objects in this case.
Makes sense to me.
Though to be fair, he does kinda deserve it. He is just coming and spray painting stuff all over my store.
Oh no, yeah, it's the part where you just grab the gun.
Yeah, they don't give you a gun.
Yet.
Well, maybe.
Look, then that's when you grab the baseball bat, right?
Nope, don't got one of those either. Best I've got is a broom.
Yeah, you told us you had boards on your door. Boards can hit pretty hard.
A board with a nail in it.
They'll keep making bigger boards with bigger nails in them.
I'm glad you got the reference.
Oh yeah, I rewatched most of the early Treehouse of Horrors during spooky season.
I kind of want to watch the new ones. I haven't caught a couple in a few years now. Because I've heard that's like one aspect of the series that's always maintained its quality.
Really?
I mean, did you? You just said you just went through most of them. Did you notice any bad?
Well, no, I did only the early ones, like maybe the first 12 or so seasons.
Yep. No, I kind of looked back into it when I heard they were gonna let let them do anime for a couple of them.
How does this work?
Yeah, they did that. They did a Death Note parody.
Yeah.
It's actually
What a
pretty
weird
entertaining.
mechanic.
Yeah, like I said, I heard like nothing but great things about it, so I was like,
Yeah, realistically, it didn't have any right to be that good.
you know, I want to say this dungeon's giving off Final Dungeon vibes, but
Apparently, if you mess up the painting process, it bukakis you with paint.
okay then. Hey. Okay, that's one thing I always. I don't know. How do you guys feel about it when like you get to like a big like dungeon or something, and it just has you go from like floor 1 to floor 5 to floor 36 to.
Oh yeah, it's too confusing.
So it's like I know it's like it's trying to give you like scale of like how far you're climbing, but
Depends on how like enjoyable it is to do.
I very rarely find these dungeons to be enjoyable because they're always monstrously long and labyrinthine. Oh, an enemy that casts doom! Yay! I don't think Shu gets rid of doom, right? It does not.
Yeah, most things don't get rid of Doom. I'm not actually sure you can cure Doom. I think you just have to win before you die.
Well, in a game where it can the status effects persist after battle, it kind of sucks.
Oh.
Is that an accessory? Someone else? Nope, nobody's hit with Doom.
Not quite what I thought was going to happen when I did that, but okay. Oh, there's a customer waiting.
And they can keep waiting.
Ah, there was one that was hidden. Oh, I was honestly expecting that to be a mimic.
there goes Elvis again.
Elvis has left the building.
More like apparated into the building. I'm being honked at. Sorry, I'm too busy painting to, Oh, apparently I've held up the traffic.
And now I'm going to grind my face against all these walls like it's a Dark Souls game.
For what purpose?
There's now hidden walls. Oh, Yuki, you might be more aware of this. I recently got myself a rare game in my collection, Kingsfield 4.
Nope, I haven't heard of that one.
Kingsfield is the first game series made by Square. Or not
Oh,
Square.
interesting.
FromSoft.
Oh, okay.
So it is very much proto Dark Souls.
I see.
I just don't know if I have it in me to try to play that.
Indeed.
One of those concepts. Hey, you ever wonder what Dark Souls would be like if it had janky controls? The PS2?
I thought that was also like a first-person dungeon thing.
What, Kingsfield?
Yeah.
The first one, it very much is. Later on, it's like I said, it's proto Dark Souls. So like the first game is a dark, dank dungeon crawler, and then the latter games start opening up. Although the Kingsfield 1 through 3 are PS1 games.
Oof.
Yeah, Kingsfield 4 is PS2. So, yeah, if you ever wonder what PS1 Dark Souls is like.
That sounds horrible.
I know someone made a, Bloodborne...
demake?
For demake for that's, like, supposed to be, like, PS1 style.
Yeah, I saw that too. But it's only like one area of the game. It's not like the whole game.
I see.
Yeah, all I can see redoing the whole game would be nightmarish.
Remember, like the whole reason PS4 emulation they're trying to do PS4 emulation is literally just for Bloodborne.
I can also see that.
Find the right tool to break into the car trunk.
Though, for a little bit, I've been hearing the biggest reason Bloodborne hasn't been ported is because FromSoft doesn't want to.
Well, has Sony tried giving them money?
At this point, FromSoft. Actually, wasn't it Bandai that funded their last couple games?
Yeah,
don't know.
Probably, I think so. Bandai Namco. They all have Bandai Namco on them.
I think that might just be their publisher, but I'm not sure.
Well, they're a developer, so they publish games for both Sony and Bandai. Like, Bandai gets the Armored Core stuff, but I think they also did Elden Ring.
I don't really know. Yeah, no, they definitely did.
Yeah, so I think the last Sony game that FromSoft did was Dark Souls 3?
I don't know. I've only
Or possibly
the first two.
Demon Soul remake?
So it's one of those things where I like the Dark Souls games, but you kind of just have to. You gotta be like, man, do I really feel like getting the crap kicked out of me right now? And the answer lately has been no.
Oh, just playing any of the Dark Souls games?
Yeah, you kind of got to be the right head state for that.
Yeah.
I will not argue against that.
Which is a state I'm very rarely in, personally.
It's been a while since I've been in, like, I want to do that mindset.
I generally just don't like them. Like, I will agree that they are well made in good games. They're not for me. I don't like grinding my head against a wall.
So, I know, like, the last time I played a Dark Souls game was Dark Souls 2. And me and my friend were on Discord, and we basically used the cat summoning ring to just summon each other. So we basically played through the whole game on co-op.
Yeah.
And that was really fun. And I know that Elden Ring has something like that, and they even have a mod you can use that's called like seamless co-op, where you don't have to like sit there summoning each other and like replaying the game. It's like because when we played it on 2, we went through the dungeon with one person summoned, then we had to go through the same dungeon again with the second player, the other person summoned, and it was fine, but it was also a lot of just like, man, you got to redo the same thing that ROM or that mod lets you skip doing that, and it basically treats it as both for each of them. So it's kind of like, oh, that's cool.
Okay, yeah, I could kind of see doing that. Oh, I take that back. There is one Souls-like I do periodically go back to and enjoy. The Remnant series. Like, I haven't gone back to 2 because I've been wanting to get more of the DLC out before I touch it again. But, like, 1, I've played through a couple of times.
I mean, I have Bloodborne, and I have the remake of Dark Souls, and I haven't touched either one of them.
Yeah, which we will hit that up again. At some point, because I really do want to at least get to the ending on that with you guys. I'm also curious about the DLC.
Stupid.
Oh yeah, no, I went through and just like checked with other people. It's like, okay, are we just missing something? No, it's like, no, there's just a huge difficulty spike at the final boss.
Also, we were very underleveled.
I don't feel like that matters as much, but we also weren't doing enough side content to get enough weapon combinations going.
That in the game was just like, hey, the main combo, like our main strategy throughout the game just got negated. And that wasn't cool.
Yeah, no, that final boss is BS. Or at least that second form is.
Well, so the first form was also like, so here's a good one, Yuki. We're playing through the whole game, and Kiryu's playing with a physical build, get in your face attack melee build. And the final boss, like the game is about kind of like using guns for the most part.
It's Dark Souls guns.
Yeah, but Kiku ignored the guns and like because the game does have an option for a lot of like physical stuff, so he went and built a whole physical build. The final boss is flying, so you can't hit him with physical attacks. So it basically took him out. So basically his whole build just was completely worthless. And then the second half of the final boss is on like kind of like sitting beyond a moat. So yeah, he basically didn't get to do anything, so we had to basically completely respec at the very end and didn't have any of the stuff he needed. So, you know, the game was kind of being a douche.
Yeah, no, I will defend. It's like that's.
And yeah, we didn't really do enough side quest stuff. Like, so basically, like, from what I looked up, we could have gotten twice as much like side abilities and buffs and bonuses and levels than we actually had going into that fight, and we just didn't.
Yeah, no, Kiyu wanted to power through the main stuff real quick.
Well, it makes sense though. We were able to power through the whole game without any issue at all. Then also at the end, boss is like, "What? You didn't do enough side stuff? Screw you!" Because we changed the mechanics of the game.
Yeah, like I said, it's the final boss is bullshit. I won't defend that. Which, you know, the ending can really make or break a game.
A lot of times, too, when there's really open games like that, they do expect you to do at least some of the side quests, if not all of them. But they have to power everything as though you haven't gotten any of those side upgrades because they never know which route you're going to take.
Oh, you're familiar with Remnant 2?
No, it's just a generalization.
Oh, it's also a roguelite.
I see.
Yeah, it's like the difficulty is all over the place. 'Cause I went after we had like kind of just said screw it with the ending. I went and because like, you could take your character into your own game, and I basically went to like the first area of the game with my like character who reached the end of the game. I couldn't even get past the first area by myself because it scales with you.
Yeah, and you took a build that was specifically built around playing with other people.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. The balance is just weird, and like I said, just they broke it with just doing that for Kiku's build. It's like, oh, screw you, okay.
Pencil. This is throwing some convoluted riddles down for a boss fight I'm about to go into, isn't it?
Oh, okay, the shelves are just automatically in my inventory. Alright.
Okay, what is a blackest mask? Alright, Fran, do you have Mystic Armor 10? No, you don't even have 9. What the fuck? Well, HP takes a little bit of a hit, but I like that extra magic. And absorb dark attacks is always good.
You do that, and then they become Norded.
It is a boss fight, and they haven't thrown me a save point in a minute.
Don't worry, you're gonna get destroyed and have to go all the way back.
Let's see, what are we up against? Silt. Oh, it has haste and regen on it. Can I hit it with the dispel mode, please?
Oh, I'm fighting all the O2 Digidestined, and I just beat TK with Devimon. Just out of spite.
Ooh, you're actually going through those?
Yeah, well, I wanted to see if there's actually like any actual story. Ty was like, if you see anything strange, and it's like, well, I'm going through each of the cafes and I'm not seeing anything unique here. My only assumption is that you just start playing, like, just go in and go through the basic arenas again. And it's like, why would you just assume, oh, I should just go through every single area again? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the problem is like I played this as a kid, and as a kid with little time and limited games, it's part of those. I was gonna scratch every little bit of content out of this I can, so I might remembering it led me on a story mission too. I just did a story mission a lot because oh my god, no. Oh, that was like my worst super in a long time because I just went through and double checked everything after I beat the game.
Oh, so I found it. Ty was talking about my spawn. There's a completely extra area now called Desert Island, and you go in the cafe and my spawn is there. Wow, and you have to actually change your. They make you actually go in and completely alter your deck to not have option cards in it. That's more annoying. I don't like when they make you like directly
change your playstyle.
Yeah, well, it's not even just about changing your playstyle. It's just about the fact that you have to like completely go in and like change your base deck.
There's a problem to do everything.
Hey, go to Andromon.
I assure you, I'm not trying to scam the cop.
Go to Andromon and get those super cards.
I don't have the codes.
You have the internet.
I don't care enough to look them up.
I never miss. My regards.
I know there's like a red and a blue version of Omnimon you can get from there. I don't know if Green Deck's got anything big.
Green Deck's in 14.
Digimon Card Battle.
Oh, gotcha. No idea.
The first card video game I ever played. Honestly, Pix, going back to it, what would you say about it?
What?
Oh, no, you're going to say that for your review, right? You are actually doing a review.
Oh. The time on this loan is coming up distressingly quickly.
Wow, this is extra stupid because it's like, oh, I did I miss something? It's like, oh, you have to do it. You can't have option cards. It's like, you can't just make me delete all my decks.
This is the PS1 jank, baby. Yes, they can.
That's the kind of crap that makes people like not want to play anymore.
Won't argue that point.
Oh no, I did leave in two that I had the top. I missed them.
Don't mind me holding this lockpick. It certainly wasn't me that just picked all the locks in your trunks while you're waiting to buy stuff.
So you're profiting through theft, huh?
Not very well.
Well, clearly you need to up your capitalism game.
Excellent point.
Alright, we're gonna put the speed back on. Why is it the what is that?
Alright, so it's clear to me, looking at these stories, the first game is like, alright, when you go through the story, the first half of the main story is just Digimon 02 storyline, then it goes into Digimon World storyline, and the post-game content is Digimon 01 storyline.
Alright, there's also that final boss from World 1.
Yeah, that's what I just said, Digimon World 1 storyline.
Well, I have to tell you, as a kid, seeing Analog Man pop back up was crazy.
Yeah, wow, okay, so they gave me 2 hours to repay a $5,000 loan.
Sounds
And
like
that's
you need to break some
in-game
kneecaps.
hours.
Well, that's why kneecaps are breakable.
Yeah, they legit sent someone to beat the crap out of me.
Oh, I meant for you to go break some kneecaps.
Oh, well, no, it happened the other way around.
Steal them catalytic converters, Yuki.
That doesn't seem to be something I can do. In fact, even the lockpicking kept telling me that I couldn't actually open it even when I succeeded. Wow, that moon is moving awfully fast.
You really don't get to say that about moons.
Yeah, they're usually just space stations.
I must endure.
I feel like this is overkill on a basic enemy, but at the same point, I cannot afford to have this thing not die from this.
And then it just survives with 1 dot and still screws you over.
Oh my god. You know, as much as I dislike Vaughn, Pernello has no right to be in, like, She is so extra in this story. It fucking did.
Alright, well, the good news is the loan was forgiven on account of the ass-kicking I received.
Well, that's awfully nice of them.
Okay. Oh my god, I need to reorganize these.
Well, first off, it wasn't your car I messed up. And second off, it's not my fault that the physics engine made the soda just, like, explode out into space.
Yeah, it's Agent's fault.
Hey. Well, you can blame me for everything all the time. It loses meaning after a while.
As long as, not only if we don't punish you for it.
Yep. Okay, but with this, I think I am done on this stream for tonight. Yuki, how long are you going to be on tonight?
I think I'm about to wrap up as well.
Okay, then I will go and raid. Oh, Hoots is on. We will send you everyone over to Hoots tonight. But I will be back Tuesday with more Resident Evil 0, and then Thursday with Dokapon Kingdom with Pix and Kigu.
Woohoo! Sorry, I wasn't in for those.
It's not a problem. We've
I've been trolling Agent like the whole time.
Motherfucker, I will get you back then. But everyone, good night and say hi to Hoots. Oh, I forgot about the 10-second delay. All right, good night, everybody.